So at the end of your exam, one of the last things that you have to do is your evaluation. Now, you'll find your evaluation saved in the folder with all of the assets and so on, and the information file that you were given, and so on and so forth. So that's where you go and look for it. Should open up in Word. You might, in your exam, when it opens up, let me just demonstrate this to you. It's really important that you remember how to do this. Well, it hasn't done it now, but you probably need to click View and Edit Document at the top before you can start typing in it. If that, you might not need to, but if it doesn't let you type, that's probably why. Now, there are 6 marks available for this, 44 for the website, 6 for the evaluation, so it is a small task. It's one of the last tasks, and it's not a very long one. Save 10 to 15 minutes for this, and don't spend any more time on it than that. You've got to explain your important design decisions, justify your choices, and suggest some further improvements. Now, some of the important design decisions that you may have made during the construction of your website could be things like the colour scheme. Okay. Now, in the exam paper that we did in our mock exam, under overall site requirements, one of the things it says is a lively colour scheme. So you will have chosen perhaps 1 or 2 colours, maybe a background colour and a text colour, that you thought were lively colours. Hopefully you'll have read the client brief and realised that in the client brief it says that the microsite is to encourage school and college students to take part in the community radio station. So you'll have thought to yourself, this is 11 to 18 year olds, school and college ages. Those sorts of key little bits of information are what are going to help you pick up the good marks here. So one of your important design decisions was the colour scheme. In your evaluation, you'll talk about the colour scheme that you chose, and you'll talk about why you chose it. The important design decisions, the colour scheme, the justification is why. If you can link your justification to the target audience and explain why you thought your colours were lively and why you thought they were suitable for children or people at school and college, then you'll start picking up some marks. Other design decisions you might have made could be the layout of the page. It could be styles of font. It could be types of images chosen. Okay, just pick out 2 or 3 things that you decided about the website. Tell me what they were in the evaluation, and crucially tell me why you did them. And if you can, link it back to what the client brief says and the site requirements. The last part of the evaluation is to suggest some further improvements. Hopefully you'll be able to look through your website and feel really pleased with what you've done, but you should be able to pick out 2 or 3 things that you wish you could have done better or you would change if you had more time. For example, here you can see that there's 2 different ways that I've demonstrated links. One that is just text and another one that's a nice rollover button. So an improvement that you could make to this website if you'd only used text links is you could say something along the lines of, if I had more time, I would improve my website by creating rollover buttons which would be more appealing to the target audience and make my website look a bit more professional. This is a nicer way to link pages than this one is, and that would be a sensible improvement to talk about. You might have already done some nice fancy buttons, but you might look at your website and wish, for example, that you'd position things in a nicer place, in a nicer way. Maybe you wish you'd chosen a better font. Maybe you wished you'd done a bit more work on the banner. Whatever it is, 2 or 3 things that you wish you could have improved or you wish you could have done that would have made the website better will do. This evaluation, when it's complete, doesn't need to be more than 3/4 of a page in size 12 on Word. It doesn't need to be a lot of text. Okay, make it really easy for the examiner to mark by bullet pointing, your design decisions, doing your justifications as part of that. So, you might 2 or 3 comments about design decisions and justify your choices as you talk about them, and then give 2 or 3 simple but real suggestions for improvement, and you'll pick up most of those 6 marks, if not all of them, and you'll have a really good evaluation.